Okay, so you want to know how to be more confident, right? Like, how do we actually get that belief in ourselves to do the things we want to do?
It's a great question and something so many of us struggle with.
Yeah, and there's this ExplainLab episode I was checking out, The Science of Confidence, how to believe in yourself and succeed.
Oh, yeah. I listened to that one too.
Super interesting, right?
Yeah.
And I thought we could like dive into it a bit deeper, see what we can, pull out of it that can help people, be more confident.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think we all have those moments where we feel like, ugh, I'm not good enough to even try
Oh,
this.
absolutely. I mean, I know I do.
Right. Whether it's speaking up in a meeting or like going for that promotion or even just like, joining a new club or something.
It's that fear of failure, right?
Yeah, totally. And this episode had a really interesting point. They were saying that confidence, it's not like, this thing you're just born with. It's a skill. Like
Hmm.
you can actually learn it and get better at it.
Yeah, it's like think of it like learning to play an instrument or a sport, right? The
Oh,
more you practice, the better you get.
so that's encouraging, right? It means like even if you're feeling totally unconfident right now, it doesn't mean you're stuck that way.
Exactly.
So let's unpack this. Like, what is confidence exactly?
Hmm.
The episode defines it as like believing in your ability to succeed. But I feel like it's more than just that.
Yeah, it's not just a feeling.
Right.
It's something that drives you to take action.
Totally.
Think of a time when you felt really confident, like really, really confident. Didn't you feel more motivated, more resilient, like you could handle whatever came your way?
Totally. Like, you're not afraid to take risks. You perform better,
Yeah.
whether it's at work, at school, in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, resilience, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like bouncing back from those inevitable setbacks is huge.
Absolutely. But of course, we all have those moments, those days where we feel our confidence just plummet, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it happens to everyone.
Yeah, the episode talks about like some of the big confidence killers.
Yeah, like what?
Self-doubt. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a big one, right? Comparing ourselves to others.
No, the comparison trap.
Yeah, constantly.
What's that?
And then fear of failure,
Of course.
worrying about what other people think. That negative self-talk, that voice in your head that's just like, you're not good enough.
That inner critic is brutal sometimes.
It's the word. So
Yeah.
how do we combat this? Like
Yeah.
what can we actually do to, quiet that voice and start building real confidence?
Well, the episode suggests cultivating a growth mindset.
Okay.
Instead of thinking, I can't do this, it's more like, I can't do this yet.
I like that.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like learning anything new.
Yeah.
Like when you were learning to ride a bike, you probably fell a bunch of times,
Oh my gosh.
but
Yeah.
you didn't give up.
Yeah.
You kept practicing because you believed that eventually you'd get it
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's the growth mindset in action.
I love that analogy. So it's like believing in our ability to, learn and grow and improve over time.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are some like practical steps we can take, to start putting this growth mindset into practice?
Well, the episode suggests setting small, achievable goals.
Okay.
They use this example of public speaking.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are terrified of public speaking, right?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of like aiming to give a TED talk right away, which can be super overwhelming, start smaller, right? Maybe just ask a question in class or give a presentation to a small group of friends.
Okay, so starting small, building up that momentum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And celebrating those small wins.
Oh, yeah. That's important.
It's huge.
Don't just like brush them off, right? Like acknowledge those little victories along the way.
give yourself credit. Like, if you finally nailed that presentation, take a moment to appreciate your hard work.
Yeah, and then the episode talks about this idea of positive self-talk,
Yeah.
which is so hard,
Yeah.
right? But it's like, instead of saying, oh, I'm going to fail this test, it's like, okay, I've studied hard. I'm prepared to do my best.
Yeah. It's about reframing those negative thoughts.
Yeah.
And focusing on the positive.
It's like silencing that inner critic
Right.
and amplifying that inner cheerleader.
Absolutely.
But, even with all the positive self-talk in the world, we're still going to mess up sometimes.
Of course, we're human.
And this episode had a quote that I just loved. They said, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it.
So true.
It's how we learn and grow.
I completely agree. Like, I remember when I first started public speaking,
Yeah.
I was terrified. I mean, truly terrified. And I remember one time I was giving a presentation and I just completely froze.
Oh, no.
It was mortifying. But looking back, it was such a valuable experience because instead of letting it crush me, I analyzed what went wrong.
Okay.
I took a public speaking course, I practiced relentlessly, and now I actually enjoy presenting.
Wow.
That early failure was a crucial stepping stone.
It's amazing how, like, what we perceive as a failure
Yeah,
can actually be, like, a huge opportunity for growth.
totally.
It's all about how we frame it, right? So
Exactly.
it's not about avoiding failure. It's about, like, using it as a learning experience.
Exactly.
So what other gems did we find in this episode?
Oh, they also encourage stepping outside your comfort zone.
Okay. Love
Like,
that.
what's one thing that you've always wanted to try, but you've been holding back from? Maybe because of fear or self-doubt. What's one small step you could take today to move towards that goal?
I love that challenge. And then this episode also talks about the power of body language,
Yes.
which I thought was so fascinating. Like,
Yeah.
our bodies can actually influence our minds.
It's incredible, right?
Yeah. Stand tall, smile, make eye contact. Like, these simple actions can not only project confidence to others, but also boost our own feelings of self-assurance.
It's that mind-body connection. There's actually research on, power poses and how they can impact your hormone levels. Like, standing in a confident posture, even if you don't feel confident initially, can actually trigger physiological changes
Oh.
that make you feel more powerful and in control.
So we can kind of like fake it till we make it.
In a way, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But it's not about being inauthentic.
Right.
It's about using your body to send signals to your brain, like a tool to help shift your internal state.
I like that. A tool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of really great stuff here, like, the growth mindset, setting small goals, celebrating those wins, positive self-talk, reframing failure, stepping outside our comfort zone, the power of body language. But I think the key takeaway here, and the episode really emphasizes this, is that building confidence takes time and effort.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's not like a one-time thing. It's like working a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes.
Exactly. Consistency is key.
Yeah, it's a journey, not a destination.
And you don't have to go it alone.
That's so important, right?
It's huge. Like, surround yourself with people who believe in you,
Yeah.
who encourage you to grow and challenge yourself. Their support can be invaluable, especially during those times when your confidence wavers.
Absolutely. So to kind of sum it all up, confidence isn't about being perfect.
No, not at all.
It's not about never feeling fear or doubt. It's about, believing in your potential, embracing the journey of growth, and using all these tools that we've been talking about to help us along the way.
You got it.
So a final thought for everyone listening. What's one small step, just one, that you can take today to boost your confidence?
I love that.
Don't just think about it. Do it.
Take action. Even the smallest action can create a ripple effect.
Totally. So go out there, embrace the challenge, and watch as your confidence grows.
You got this.
You got this.